Welcome everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Appreciate you taking the time out to join Mike and I today. I'm going to do a presentation, so I'll do a few slides, and then Mike will run through a software demonstration, and then I'll summarize at the end. Here's the agenda for today. We're going to start with some introductions. I will cover a bit about Cobwebb, who we are. I'll also run through what makes up the Cobwebb document management portfolio. A slide on some of the companies that we currently work with. Then Mike will do the demo. I will summarize, and then we'll open it up for questions. We'll start with myself. I'm Carl Brown. I am the sales director here at Cobwebb. I have been with Cobwebb for 2.5 years now, and my role is I manage the relationship between Cobwebb and our customers, between Cobwebb and our partners like Infor, like Work Out Loud, like Kofax, like Effersoft. Before joining Cobwebb, I spent 12 years at Infor in the UK in various account management roles. So I have a good understanding of Infor, and I looked after a number of IBM customers while I was there. So I've got a number of years looking after IBM customers. Not as many as Mike, though. So Mike is a solution consultant for Cobwebb. He's been with us for, I think, 1.5 years now, and Mike has worked for a number of Infor customers running IBM ERP. He's got nearly 30 years experience working on the IBM platform. And you don't look a day over 30, Mike, so you're doing well.
I was going to say yes, everyone. I really am that old. I really am.
Bless you. Okay, so who are Cobwebb? Who is Cobwebb? So we are document management and document automation specialists. We've been doing this for 35 years, so very experienced. We're an Infor solution partner for our forms management product, which is called CPPD, which is what we're here to present to you today. We're an Infor delivery partner for document capture and invoice automation. So Infor has a solution called Infor Document Management Capture, and Cobwebb are a delivery partner. We deliver services around document capture and invoice automation for IDM capture for Infor across EMEA, across Europe. We've got a lot of Infor ERP experience. So we've got integration to LX, BPIX, Infor XA, and System 21. And I'd say probably 95% of our customer base is Infor System I customer, Infor System I customers. We're based in Tonbridge in the UK, but we've got customers all over the globe. So we've got customers in EMEA, in the US, in Australia, in Asia. So we have customers everywhere, really. Okay, so what is Cobwebb Document Management? It's a powerful set of tools for IBM enabling document design and distribution. So CPPD, one of the products we're talking about here today. So this is this allows you to design, distribute your system-generated documents. So invoices, POs, order acknowledgements, etc., and send them via email, send them to a printer, convert them to XML, etc. DocStore is the document archive. So documents processed via CPPD can automatically be sent to the DocStore, and they can be retrieved either using the web interface or via a link from within Workspace or Netlink. So what this enables your users to access documents in context from within your ERP. So there is still the web interface for users to access the documents, but if you want that button within Workspace or NetLink, then we can put a button there and the users can access the documents. Doc Store Capture, we're not here to talk about Doc Store Capture today, but I wanted to mention it. This is around documents coming into a business. So this is capturing documents. Common use for this is invoice automation to reduce data entry and human error, and automating approvals via workflow, etc. Cobwebb Cloud Capture, again, is similar, but this is a new offering which we're pretty excited about. This is a cloud-based invoice automation solution. It's multi-tenant cloud. It's a bit more prescriptive than the on-prem offering, but it's quicker to implement, and it scales down to businesses processing 5,000 invoices per annum. So the bottom two are all about documents coming into a business. So anyone who's interested in document capture, then you can reach out to myself directly, and we can set up a separate discussion, but we're not really here to talk about that today. Okay, so CPPD, these are the modules. It is modular. It's a modular packet offering. So as a customer, you only need to license the modules that you need, the modules you require. What we have done more recently is we've packaged up the most popular modules, and we've packaged those up in what we call a base pack, and we've discounted the price on the base pack. The most popular modules are the top three, so print, email, and doc store. And although we have customers using all of our modules, the majority of our customers have that core print, email, doc store. So we thought it made sense to package it up. XML is probably our newest development, and this allows us to convert an IBM iSpooled file to XML and send that information to a supplier portal or something along those lines. Let's have a quick look at the architecture. On the right hand side is our document capture architecture. This sits on a Windows server. This is based on a product called Kofax Total Agility. This is scanning an email inbox, picking up the attachments, bringing those PDF attachments into Kofax Total Agility, extracting the data. We have lookups via ODBC to validate the data that we've extracted, and then we are sending that information to the ERP. That's the documents coming in part of our business, part of our offering. On the left-hand side, this is the document output or forms management. And as you can see, CPPD and the doc store all sit on the IBM I. The only piece of software that doesn't sit on the IBM I is the designer, which sits on a Windows PC separately. And a few clients that we work with, you might recognize some of these names. New Balance, let's start with New Balance. Yeah, we produce tongue labels. So they use our software to produce tongue labels, which go inside their trainers. Glenn Dimplex, they're a System 21 customer. They use our software to produce labels that they print them on heat-resistant material, and they go inside ovens. They go inside their ovens, and that's these labels have to go inside the ovens before they can be shipped. So it's a business critical process. Goodrich, let's pick on Goodrich. They use CPPD across System 21 and XA globally, including Japan, which was double byte characters. So that was an interesting one. And then we've got Milk Specialties. They're a US customer, and we are in the process of converting them from Optio to CPPD. And we're taking them from something like I think it's about 40 different forms and we're reducing the number of forms, the number of templates they're using, right down to maybe 10 or 12. Okay, Mike, I'll stop sharing and then over to you to share.
There we go. Can you see my screen at the moment?
Can? Yeah. You might want to speak up a bit, Mike.
Yeah, I'm going to shout. So please don't be offended, anybody. Carl mentioned that my microphone isn't working too well today, so I'm going to have to shout not at you, but at the microphone. So just bear with me a second. I'm just going to drag this across. Here we go. Okay, so we just want. So we just want these three elements on screen here. So we're looking at an email inbox on the left here. Here we've got the 5250 emulator, the good old green on back that we all adore and love and worship. And down the bottom here, we've got workspace. So what I'm going to do is just toggle between each one, like so. We'll maximize them when we want to have a look at them, and then we'll bring them back down to this side when we're looking at something else. So initially today, we're just going to have a look here at a good old IBM iSpool file. So if I open this up, there we go. You're probably all familiar with that. You've got all the text there, everything in the right place. Everything makes perfect sense. But you might want to jazz it up a little bit and put some logos on there and a template, what have you. So how would we go about that? Well, what I'm going to do firstly is we're going to run one through and see what the end result is. And I'm going to walk through the process of how we change the document. We're going to swap the logo on there and introduce you to the spool file monitor, which is the mechanism that sits in the middle. It monitors an output queue. It monitors for spool files that arrive on that output queue with certain attributes. And if they meet the criteria, then that's how we know to process that particular spool file. So here we go. Let's hope this works. I'm going to pick on the bottom one here. Let's just check again what it was. It was P000164. So I'm going to release that. In fact, I should be going full screen, shouldn't I? So I'm going to release that one at the bottom here. And when I hit enter, that should have been picked up and should start to be processed right now. And very soon, I'm hoping we see an email here. There we go. So we've taken that standard IBM iSpool file and turned it into this. So as you can see, all the information is reformatted. We've got some nice columns on there and boxes for various addresses and what have you, and a company logo at the top, etc. And that's all pretty rapid, the way that works through. And Carl mentioned before the doc store. What I will do here is just give you a quick sneak preview. We're going to be looking at workspace extensions as well. If I just click on here, this is our doc store. So as documents are created, they're stored in here. You can click on them and view them, etc. So just for now, we'll close that down. So we've seen the various elements. So what we're going to do now is we're going to change this because we don't want this logo. That's the old logo. We've got a new business logo and we want it to appear in color. So how do we do that? Okay, so for that, we're going to need to show you something else that Carl mentioned before, which is the CPPD Designer. So I'm just going to launch this now and bring that on screen. And there we go. As you can see, there's three main panes to this. This central pane, you will recognize that is the IBM iSpool file that we looked at before. That's a purchase order. This pane on the right-hand side is the output pane. This is the document that we generate. We've got the logo on there and the template and all the rest of it. This on the left-hand side, I'm not particularly going to cover today. That goes into the actual code that we generate to take this spill file and output this over here. So we'll just minimize that. So, okay, I said I want to change this logo. How quick and easy is it? Well, we've already got the logo we want to replace this with. So if I double click on here and then select image, and I can browse because I've put that in the same folder. Here we go. So we're going to use this one, Cobwebb logo. And click on it, open. I'm just going to come in here and select color, TIFF, and close that. And there we go. That's it effectively done. And just to demonstrate how quick this is, we're just going to save it. And now I'm going to export it up to the IBM. And we will, of course, get the message to say there's already an existing document. You want to overwrite it? Well, yes, we do. So we'll let that go. And in just a few seconds, that should have been uploaded. That's gone. So we'll close this down. We don't need that any longer. And just to prove I'm not cheating, we'll go back to the same spool files at P000164. There we go. So we'll release that again. Should go through. If I go back, it should appear here very shortly. There we go. That's there. So let's open it up and have a look, see what that looks like now. And there we go. That's the same purchase order, formatted slightly differently with a different colour logo on there. And we're happy with that, so we'll put that into production and away we go. So that's how quick and easy it can be to change a design. So one other thing I want to look at here is the spill file monitor. I mentioned before, how does a spill file get from here to be a PDF in the doc store and or in an email. I just type in work spill file monitor. There we go. And I'm using these two at the top. We don't need to go into any great detail, but as you can see, we've got the name and the library of the output queue that we're monitoring. This is the particular spill file that we're looking for. We can add user attributes, user data, etc. And when something arrives that meets that criteria, these are the programs of ours that want to get launched, CDPOB and CDPO. So that's the mechanism we use for identifying the spill file to process and how it actually gets processed. Okay, so that's the spill file monitor. So now we want to have a look at workspace extensions. So if I maximize this here. So we've got two flavors of that today to have a quick look at. Firstly, if I go into a purchase order inquiry and I think, oh, I created it a few minutes ago, I've forgotten what the purchase order was, silly me. Let's just click on the PO doc store and it will present us with a list of all of the purchase orders created in reverse chronological order. So if we click on this one here, this will be the one with the old logo on. There we go. Close that down. And once again, click here. This is the new one with the new logo. There we go. And another use of workspace extension could be if we go back in here and I pop that purchase order number in, P000164. There we go. So we're looking at the purchase order details now. If the user's in here and wants to query the data that was actually on the PDF that was generated and distributed out to the supplier, then they can just click on Doc Store here and we'll take the purchase order number from the inquiry screen and use that as the selection criteria for the display of the PO. So we should now go straight to P000164. Click on that. And there we go, it opens that up for us. So it's easy for us to integrate it with Workspace and Workspace extensions. And that's an end-to-end demonstration of how it works, really, from intercepting the spill file here, the spill file monitor intercepts it, processes it against our PPDs, and then you've seen the output come through to be one or more email accounts and to the doc store, and of course the doc store is accessible from Workspace and Workspace extensions. So I think that's everything from me. If there's any questions, I'll do my best to answer them at the end. But for now, I will turn it over back to Carl. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Right, let me see if I can share my screen again. Can you see my screen now, Mike?
Yes, Carl.
Good. Right. It's pretty slick, that, wasn't it? Okay, so thanks for that, Mike. I am going to summarize, folks. So you might have joined today's session because, I don't know, you might not be happy with your current provider, your current forms provider. They might be asking you to upgrade and move off of the IBM, and maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe it's an aging solution and support is being withdrawn. So why would you choose Cobwebb? I'm going to explain why. Cobwebb is committed to the IBM platform. We have been developing on the IBM for a long time, and we have no plans to change that. We've got lots of experience. Mike, as we said, Mike's got nearly 30 years experience with the IBM. We've got other guys in the team with similar experience. We are not planning to change. We've got integrations to your ERP. So System 21, XA, and BPIX LX, we've already got customers running CPBD. CPBD is native to the IBM, so you get all the benefits of the reliability and the stability of the platform. There's no doubt the reason you guys are on it. CPBD is quick to implement and it's easy to use. If you've used another forms management solution, then you will not have any issue in picking up CPBD. Migrating from your current solution or solutions, we've worked with customers where they've had a number of solutions for forms management and barcode or label printing, and we've consolidated them onto CPBD. It's straightforward. We've got a tried and tested process for moving customers from other solutions onto CPBD. And as I touched on earlier, when we do this, invariably what happens is where customers may have multiple forms that could be consolidated down into a template and shared by different business units. And what we can do there is, if multiple business units are sharing the same form, we can use the spool file, the data on the spool file, to determine which company it comes from, and then put the correct logo, terms and conditions, any additional comments, etc. So what it enables us to do is to reduce the number of templates that are in use, which just makes it easier for customers to manage their forms going forward. Our licensing is simple. So we license our software by partition and by the P rating of the IBM. So we don't limit the number of users on the designer or the CPBD distribution software. We don't limit the license to a number of documents that can be processed. It's as I say, it's licensed by partition. And the last one is something that Mike has just showed you, and something that really resonates with prospects and customers, is accessing documents from the doc store in context from within your ERP. So that's either via Workspace or via NetLink. You can, as Mike showed you can access your documents from within the screen, from within the ERP. So you don't have to necessarily go to the web interface to pick up the documents. I wrote a blog on this. It was all my own work. I didn't ask ChatGPT. to write it. If you believe that or not, that's entirely up to you. But I wrote it, and there's a link in the slides. It's on the Work Out Loud platform, and I guarantee it's a fascinating read. So go and have a look at it. Go and check it out. Right, that's us. So I will stop sharing. Let's have a look. Have I stopped sharing, Mike, or am I still sharing?
You've stopped, I think. Yes.
Good. Right. So, I wonder if there are any questions. Let's have a look. If anybody, I'm going to have a look, but if anybody has any questions afterwards that they think of, not right for right now, but by all means, reach out directly to me on the Work Out Loud platform, or I think we're going to put these slides on the platform, so my email address is on there as well. But I'll have a look and see if there are any questions. Let's have a look. It doesn't look like it, unless, I'll be honest, I'm not. This is. Oh, hang on. Nick Olson. Hello, Nick. Do you have a NetLink demo? We do not have a NetLink demo to show you today. I think we would be able to quite easily put together a NetLink demo. I will. I'm sure I can get your contact details, Nick, from the Work Out Loud platform, and I will reach out to you separately. But no, we haven't got one to show today. Just the workspace demo. I think that is the only question. So, if anybody, as I said, if anybody has any questions that they think of subsequently, then by all means, reach out to me directly. As I said, my contact details are on the Work Out Loud platform, and my email address is on the PowerPoint slides. So if you want to reach out, please do. I think that's it, though. I just want to thank you all for joining and sparing the time this morning, and hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.